welcome, my lovely dears, to another soothing session of the Dark Manor. And is it getting hot in here? Don't worry, it's easy to tell with all of this thermometer liquid all over the floor and the walls.
Also, the heat wave.
It's been very stuffy today, but it hasn't been fucking scorching death heat now for a couple days.
Well, that's good.
Oh yeah, we gotta be real careful about actually using fire in here.
Yeah.
I actually made sure for once to not pick my fire spells.
You go with ice.
Yeah, some. And I've actually replaced Magma Friend with something I've never used before.
Oh my.
Hmm.
Yeah, when last we left off, our intrepid adventurers dug and delved deep into the Mercury mine. Yet another flaw on their route to conquest. A valuable resource to be sure, but terrifically poisonous and very deadly, and inhabited by some kind of mercurial monsters from origins unknown. And we resume with the party in just such a place. Unfortunately, Tahru, her armor got absolutely fucking shredded. And so she bailed out to go and get that repaired so that she doesn't die of poisoning in your very next encounter.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no, understandable.
Let's see here. And that just leaves you guys with these deep pools of mercury bubbling up as though some kind of constant hot spring. A wall made of shining silver mirrors. There are a couple of crevices. There's a little bit of a very clear descent in the southern wood direction. You can see an actual slope. The walls are all neatly carved. There hasn't been as much degradation here as there have been in many other parts of the cave.
What about this lizard person? She's still alive?
No, I believe you killed the Mercurial Trog.
Fair
yeah,
enough.
I think we did. Yeah.
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 Well, in that case, let's keep going, everybody.
Yeah, it's just keep an eye out, and hopefully we don't encounter more of those things that just try and rip our suits apart.
I'm pretty sure everything down here is
that's
going to try and do that.
Yeah, that seems like a pretty tall wish.
Yes, I
Would
know.
everyone like to give me perception tests, please, as they turn around this corner?
I mean, I'll
Absolutely.
do it,
Like
but
to, but I will.
Perception. 23.
the king.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's see. All right, you do spot some movement.
Which way?
There is a shifting in this pool over here. Like it looks like the mirror. Like obviously, again, Mercury very heavy. It looks like it's displaced more than it's actually churned up.
Yeah.
And for a brief moment, it lifted and sunk as though something were peeking.
Okay.
Well, so, how conductive is mercury to electricity, I wonder?
Uh,
I imagine very.
Hmm.
And by
Wow.
that, I mean, Cass is going to cast a twin
it's like a-
lightning bolt.
fair.
It's
Poor
reasonable.
conductor of heat, but fair conductor of electricity,
Yeah,
according
so-
to the
Excellent.
internet.
Cass
Yeah,
is
so
going
it
to
works
dump
okay.
a twinned lightning bolt into this mercury pool since it's got creatures in it.
Sure.
Haste my lightning, fucker.
All right. Yeah, give me a 22 ref.
To be fair, I'm not trying to hit a creature. I'm just zapping the pool and letting God sort him out.
True. True. Okay. There is a weighty splash of metallic silver accompanied by a snap and crackle. A cloud of vaporous mercury steam ripples out, and the arcs look like, for a moment, as though they're about to catch fire. Luckily, the motion of the monster beneath churns it up to prevent any such, terrifying mercury fires.
Yeah, mercury fires would be bad. Oh, that's a big creature. I can see a little bit of it.
That's not a troglodyte. That's
it's
a
not.
dragon.
That's a
It's a
mercury
drake.
drake.
It is a mercurial drake.
Right on the money.
And it comes splashing out of this mercury, screeching and hollering. It takes its 10 damage. And I'm going to make a bunch of other perception tests to see if shooting this thing with lightning is enough to pull the rest of the room. Might be. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's everything's perception in this?
That's
Plus
sending-
8s and plus 6. That's not good.
Does that send the initiative to the tracker even though it's not up
It
yet?
does,
Should do.
yes.
Oh, okay.
You tried.
There was an attempt. Woo! 25. Nice.
Unfortunately, I only get one other thing. Another of these little fuckers.
Oh, I need to change my initiative's description. I just realized that.
So I'm gonna pop the kettle on. I need a cup of tea.
There we go.
Yeah, literally just replace one word.
That is all I did. Yeah. Now to do as I do every week and quickly look over my powers and see what they actually do because I've forgotten in the week in between.
Woo!
Yeah.
And then I realised, because I'm a big old dumb,
Okay, now I have my cup of tea.
that apparently even I have access to magic missile. So next level, I'm actually going to properly make sure I have all the abilities I should.
Oh, good.
You
Nice.
you just realized you could get magic missile as a wizard.
I realised because of the particular subclass of wizard I am. 'Cause I'm a mage. Yeah. I'm a dumb.
Okay. So, Sasha, you go first.
Yeah, I do. Okay, let's see. It's close for 20. So, reaction. Spirit. Meet Drake. We'll put it here. Don't worry, they're not gonna stay there for long. Because we're gonna
Okay.
do Memories of the Winds and Sand. 27 versus its reflex.
That's certainly a hit.
Okay. Deals 11 damage. The spirit disappears there. And it is a burst around it. And if the things stay in that area or ends its turn there, then it is dazed until the end of its next turn.
Okay. Moo.
Moo, 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 moo. I'm gonna 1, 2. Because I actually don't know where the fuck this creature is. Ah, there's the creature's down that way. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hmm. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really debating on using this newer spell.
Do it.
Okay, yeah, it's a
Yeah, do
daily.
it. Use a new spell.
Yeah. Is it a will? Yes, it is a will. So I'm going to cast Emerald Eye, and instead of Magma Friend, I'm going to cast. Bloop. Probably not going to hit.
17 versus, well,
Oh,
19 versus its will.
yeah.
No, I'm afraid not.
Oh,
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 okay.
This
no,
is still
it's still
dazed.
dazed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Now that might be worth re-rolling because getting to shit a basic
Yeah.
attack against this guy would be pretty nice.
I think you're right. I think I'm going to spend a
Well,
action point to reroll then, as it is a daily.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
26.
26 is a hit.
There we go.
Nice.
All right, let's put a
Stun.
little icon on him for doo-doo-doo-doo. Right, Mercurial Planticops. Staggers forward, all herky-jerky. And is going to shoot at the moo with Mercurial Thorns. 32 versus AC.
Mm-hmm. That'll hit.
All right, 4 poison damage, and you've got a marker on you.
Okay.
Sasha.
oh gosh. Let's try and get rid of that guy while the other one is stunned. Pop, 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 poke. Oh. Son
All
of
right.
a bitch.
How long are these stunned for?
Till
Till
the end of
the
my next
start of your-
turn, or it
start of your
takes
next turn.
damage.
Start of your next turn, or it's attacked. Not
Mm.
even if it takes damage. If someone shoots at it and
Yeah.
misses, it'll end.
Oh,
do
that's
its after
even
effect.
worse.
King.
All right, the king pulls out the gat for the little monster. Bap.
It is a hit, and it
Yay.
kills. It cannot reach the person that killed it. It will shoot the closest.
Oh no.
25 versus Saoirse's AC.
No.
I don't think hits you. Alrighty.
And the king is gonna go down here in case there's some sort of air effect. Because, drakes have a tendency to sometimes, have draconic
yeah.
abilities, as you do.
Kiri.
Hello, it's me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will bring me to the edge of the pool. I'm gonna choose to ready an action.
Okay.
For when this thing stops being stunned, I will bonk it.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sasha.
Free action, summon the spirit here, and do I have to tell you if what the action I'm readying is, or do I just say I'm readying
Yes.
an action? Okay. What'll be more useful? Savin, would you like another basic attack, or would you like armor that takes a little bit away from you, like damage-wise?
I would like the extra basic attack because it's about to be Tisrena's turn anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, it stays anyway until the end of its next turn because it stayed in the zone.
Nice.
But I will ready an action to do Spirit Infusion if it attacks Kierwyn. If it attacks.
Yes, it is the start of your turn. This creature is no longer stunned, but it is dazed, and after effect makes a basic attack. All right, target of your choice. Pick your target.
Can it be of itself?
I. Hmm.
It's down to you. I didn't say yes or no.
For a can charmed monster hit itself.
I don't think it can.
I don't think it can, but
I would assume not.
So I imagine that would be
Well,
self-preservation.
Okay, an affected creature never obeys a suicidal or obviously harmful order.
Okay, that's fine. I assume so, but just wanted to
Okay.
say. As there is no target, can I just not?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You can just tell it to make a fucking basic attack at the air.
Like attack the ground or something, yeah.
Slap this, whatever this is. Get a whack.
Yeah. I'll slap the definitely support beam.
Sure.
Good.
Good target. Good target.
Support beam rings.
Then another creature comes out of that.
It's a sleeping.
Oh no, it's a roper.
It hits this. It reveals the Mercury Roper.
Fuck.
Oh god, no.
I wouldn't put it past Skow.
It disappeared.
Well, I wouldn't do it. I would, but I didn't.
We already dealt with ropers in
now.
one game. Don't put them in another.
I literally didn't because I've already faced you with ropers. But it is noisy enough to attract the rest of the people in here as that portion of the wall comes tumbling down. However, it attacked something that wasn't you who's marking it. I think it takes its 11 damage. I think that's fair. Seeing as it's pulled the rest of this building.
It does.
Yeah.
Does take 11 damage. And then
that's a
it's
lot of things that got added.
Yep.
Oh. Well,
All right,
I
Tess,
get
what do you do with your turn?
the 2 readied actions now actually trigger.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah.
Good point.
So bonk. Whoops.
Let's see. So that's made with +2 and +3 damage.
A +2 to hit. That is a hit.
Yep. Nice.
Ooh,
And
15 damage. You gain 10 HP.
Yep. And the other attack comes out as well. Bonk.
And then 14 damage. Nice. Spirit Vision's cool.
Yeah.
Then again, I've already said it. Like, Warlord's my favorite. I'm just a sucker for the hey you, hit him. But again and better is my favorite move. It's so good. All right, Tess, what day?
Okay, so I'm gonna run over here, try and get a little bit out of the clump that definitely is not gonna fuck us up.
Sure.
And I can't see anyone else coming, so I'm going to psychically zap Dragon Friend.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope. Alright, Mercurial Draug. Pulls itself out of the pool. From rightly, they were slow on their first turn out because Mercury is heavy. So they only move 2 squares. Do you have enough range to hit the boy? You do. You have a range 10 attack. That's lovely. Mercury Lance. 33 versus Cass's reflex.
I mean, yeah, that'll do.
Okay. Takes 9 acid damage. Gets 1 marker.
Oh no.
Oh, no. This one doesn't do the marker.
Yay.
Yep, it's not piercing. It's just a splash. This is the one that does damage to each adjacent creature because it was basically acid arrow but Mercury. It's fine. He is protected from the splash. Nothing tears into his protection. Ooh, Instinctual Shift, Minor Encounter. All allies within 20 squares of it can shift too. I don't think the Drake is going to move, but I will totally move. And I'm going to have the Dryad do a peek.
Are you
And
sure
they
you don't
shift out
want
of
the
Mercury?
They only moved 1 square instead.
Okay.
They get a shift of 2, they move 1.
Okay.
Oh,
Fair enough.
boy.
And behold!
Oh no.
Well,
Booba.
she's cute,
Ooh.
but Mercury.
Mercury!
Poison.
Sasha, your go.
I am going to aggressively attempt to get rid of this Drake so that we don't get sandwiched. By coming over here and lunge. Schwabang.
That is a Schwabang. 20 damage.
And I'm going to add on the extra 30 just to hopefully get rid of it.
Okay. It is a much heavier Schwabang now. However, it's still alive.
Ah. Well, then I will stay here. We're close.
Okay. Alright, Miss Demon Thorn, what you gonna do? Hmm. You don't have any ranged attacks? Alright.
Yeah. The boy is safe.
That just means
Ish.
it's probably terrifying in melee.
Don't say that.
Yeah. Alright. 2, and then she will double. Yeah. That is unfortunately a double move to get out of the Mercury. But as she slimps into view, you can see that she has this like twisted, brittle-looking architecture on her, and little hints of residium blue highlights upon her body. This woman magical as fuck. Unsurprising, considering it's a dryad in a mercury pool, but hey.
Well, that's going to be real uncomfortable having to harvest that, but we do what
King.
we must. Alright. King. Use a minor action to do one of these. A.
Alright.
And when that's clearly going to be nowhere near her willpower.
No,
We're
not even close.
We're gonna shoot the fucking snoot lizard.
Alright. Little truck.
Oh, maybe I should.
Huey!
Nope, I clearly did not. All right, time to get out of dodge. Gonna get some cover.
Oh, there's another Mercurial Drake.
Yeah, there is.
Oh,
Friends.
There are many.
There are many friends in here. Oh my.
yeah. Yeah, there are.
I'm glad we got a whole extra turn to just deal with this one loser.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well for you. Let's go with them poison bites. Or I guess it's a sting, but you get that. Plus 15. This is versus your AC Kiri. 26.
I think that meets. Yes, it does.
Unfortunate. You take 14 poison damage, plus 5 ongoing poison, and you are immobilized. Save ends both.
Well, it's less than ideal. TBH.
Yep. And then tactical shift, immediate reaction. When the Drake hits target with its poison bite, it can shift 1 square. However, it's bodily and it would need to be able to shift 2. So don't need to worry about that part. Alright, and then this loser gonna come around here. Clank, clank, clank. This loser is going to move a heck of a lot faster because he wasn't in a pool. What's up, you fucking nuts?
At least they probably can't attack this turn?
Correct.
That's what you think. Wow.
No, he double moved.
Okay. Fair enough.
Right, that one slowed on the way out, and then it moves. 6. This nerd is going to take ages to climb out of the comb. And this one take ages to Gary.
All right. Well, first of all, I'm going to use a minor action
Sure.
to, let's see, do one of these on myself, I believe. Well, make a saving throw to just get out of this bullshit.
Sure.
All right.
Alright, you pass. No more poison or restrain.
Yep. All right. So be gone and be gone. Now let's throw out something that gives us some temporary hit points.
Sounds good.
Bonk. It's a 26 if it matters.
26 to hit, 19 damage. Cool.
All right. And I think that'll be me. Yep. And so
All right.
everybody within 5 squares gets 8 temp HP. So that's all of us nerds.
Nice.
Cool. Sasha, you have a friend?
So I have a question here. Does restraint stop them from being able to take attacks of opportunity?
I don't think so, no.
No.
Okay, unfortunate.
Yep.
That's fine. Okay. Let's see here. What are my other options for getting to the rest of the party here without taking loads of damage or something with it?
I
It gives
can.
them -2 on their attacks of opportunity, but I don't know if that's a risk you want to take.
Insubstantial. What does that do?
Take
think you take half damage. Yeah.
Half damage. Okay, so that doesn't help me that much either.
I mean, when I go, I can make it so they can't do attack of opportunity.
Actually.
Actually, hang on.
Well,
Give me.
I
hang on.
could try something.
Damn it! It's just 1 square out. Fuck.
Are you thinking of jump?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Alas.
So, as we found out, these things are not immune to like charm or something like that, because Tisrena stuff worked on it. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Um.
Oh, you gonna try dominate?
Yeah, I'm gonna try dominating the Drake.
Alright, give it a go.
25 versus will.
Success.
Yay!
I guess I need a command for it, don't I? Or is it only one command, or is it like whatever I tell it to until it saves?
So with the dominated condition, you tell it what actions to take, but you can't make it use anything other than at-will powers.
Yep,
Okay.
when its turn rolls around, you can tell it to standard, move, minor, or free, and you can only choose at wills.
Okay. So I can move freely and not have it attack me, and just have it attack its allies then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It
you can
considers
make a
you-
charge at one of its allies.
Yep, it could do a charge as its action, and yeah, it considers you an ally. Doesn't consider Cass an ally. It only considers you an ally.
That's fine. Cass is fine.
That's fine.
That's true. Cass
Okay,
got
so
movement.
that was an action. Okay. For movement, is there any way to get more than my normal things? Let's see here. Run +2. I can't turn like a minor action into a move action, correct?
No.
No, only the
Move
other
to
way around.
minor.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, I have 6. I'm tempted to run over here and just have like that +2 movement to get closer to you, the rest of you, because that would give me 8, right? That'd get me there, wouldn't it? Hmm. How tall is the cave here, by the way?
It was about 30 feet up. It's definitely one of the taller ones here.
Okay. All right, here. So I'm gonna do a move action to run.
Sure.
I will get to here. Uh, Reaction. My spirit's gonna come here. And then as a minor action, I'm gonna use swirling dust on myself, just in case.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So I am insubstantial to the end of my next turn, and any space, and as my space and all squares adjacent are lightly obscured.
Neat. A good panic button. Tess.
Okay, question for everyone. Do you want me to finish off
Yes.
the... Okay, I was going to say, or slow the other one so it can't get to us next round.
No, finish
I'd
off the
rather
one there.
remove its action economy, and I
Okay,
think
that's...
Saoirse's overkill.
I think I
Okay.
can get it. Knock on wood.
Right, psychically attack the injured one, so hopefully finishing it off. Nope.
Nope. Gosh, Tess is such a cursed baby.
She is. It really upsets me. I love her, but fuck.
We love her, but fuck.
Hmm.
Speed 5, and you don't have an ankle. Take the defense action. Sasha, you are up.
Ah, not cursed, but definitely overkill.
Tremendously overkill.
And I create a shade.
Yay, kitty.
Sure, we do love our shades.
We got a little Mercury kitty.
It's the right color, yeah. Controlled by Gotti. Same.
And then as a minor action, I am going to move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. They can be targeted and popped early, but if it is, that just means it's one attack that didn't go at one of us.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to move up there.
Alright. The thorn moves up properly this time. Except there's a little bit of a roadblock. So see her aura comes around the corner. Cool. All right. Sure. King.
All right, the king does not like being alone with a dragon. That's it's problematic. However, his so what? Remind me, what's the percussion for fire damage down here? What's that actually gonna do? Does the whole cavern go up, or just this pool? Or
I don't actually know.
Big fire dumps shit tons of mercury into the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Basically turns the room into poisonous mercury fog.
okay, so we don't want to do that. Fair enough.
No.
No, that's bad.
It would not help us, and it wouldn't hurt
It wouldn't
them.
it wouldn't hurt these people, and it would fuck everyone else. Like your
Yeah.
whole party's visibility, and any tears on your suit or ruins
Yeah.
on your mask would kill you.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this as a minor action to create
Sure.
gateway between here and, let's say, I don't know, over here.
Sure.
It's move action.
Might have the Drake run through it. That might be a giggle.
Shift. I mean, he could, except I'm gonna
Oh,
be
it's a
occupying.
sustained minor. Boo.
Yeah, I mean, even if not, I would be occupying this square, so we can't get through anyway. Just shifting
True. It's for
through.
movement, not attacks, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, he'd just stick his face through it by casting asshole.
But yeah, I'll
Uh,
probably just close the portal anyway.
Just a little nipple.
And then
Okay.
as a standard action, shoot the Drake.
Sounds good.
Action economy. Zap.
Yay!
I said zap. Oh, okay.
It's fine. That Drake's charging like one of its allies to begin with anyway.
So,
Speaking of people getting charged.
You not want?
okay, 26 versus your AC.
26. Let's find out here. Oh, meets it.
All right, 4 damage, and you have a marker.
Ow. Do you know how hard it is to repair that sort of suit?
It knows it either doesn't care or thinks that makes it even better. All right, and then this Drake is going to do a stompy. Do you have reach, my dude?
What do you mean? This is the one that I dominated.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. What do you do?
He's still gonna charge.
Sure.
He's just gonna charge his friend though.
Sure.
Jar.
Okay. And his claws is at will. His charge is plus 15. 19. That is not going to cut it. Nope. That's a mess.
Oh wait, I get.
Pathetic.
I
Does
do
it
have-
does it go flanking?
Yeah, it should have a +3, but I still don't think that's gonna matter.
21 isn't going to do it. No.
Oh god, I was insubstantial. I only took 2 damage and not 4.
Yep.
True. Right. This Mercurial Drake. I forget. Does Shade actually block a space or not? I don't believe she does.
I don't think so.
Go like that then.
God, why am I on the front line here?
I mean, it wasn't the front lines at first. Unfortunately, that was difficult terrain. I think that's double wave.
Why would it
No,
double
speed
move
6 is
when it
fine.
could just charge?
Yeah, no, it's fine. I keep forgetting that you don't have to go 2 squares in a straight line. But no, actually, that was within its movement, so it's going to do a poison bite.
Oh, by the way, you should do a save roll for Dominate Drake.
19, he saves.
Shit.
Oh, it does
Alrighty.
occupy its square.
Okay,
Good. Okay, great.
never mind then. Okay, it's just gonna sit there and dance. It'll do a Drake dance, impatiently waiting, like it's got to do the potty dance.
I mean, it
Stamp,
can't.
stamp, stamp.
As much as I don't want it to, it can attack the shade. if it
That seems
wants.
pointless. It's so weak.
That's fair.
It doesn't look like food. I mean, we all think she looks like a snack. But... 8. You got 4, and are you in? No, I can't get an angle on you. All right, just wait. He'll do the dance as well.
Scow
Dance the
suffering
dance with your people.
continues.
Kiri!
All right, it's Kiri time, mommy hackers. Gonna come on in here. Still, nobody's really hurt, but I have a feeling that's gonna change pretty soon. So, let's-
Might I recommend that you move into the ghosty square so that I don't hit you with the shade explosion?
I mean, you can. Well, yeah, I guess I can just bonk this guy this turn and then use a power that gives me air of effect. Yeah, I'll just mark these guys with a power. That's fine. Bonk. Tremendous overkill on this minion. But, these drakes are now marked by me.
Hey.
And with that said,
I'll
I'm
put
gonna go
your
to the
little,
bathroom real
your
quick.
little G-spot on him. Sasha!
Okay. Movement action first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Free action. I'd only hit one of them if I did that. Well, you know what? This is actually a good idea. So the spirit's gonna be there for just a minute. Just a moment. And I feel we're just gonna start funneling all of them into our stuff here. So
Gonna try and build a kill box.
yeah. I was debating on whether or not to do the static damage and a minus penalty to rolls, or to give everyone a bonus d6 to stuff.
Cool.
Let's go with the static damage. This seems like a fun one.
Okay.
And let's see here. Close burst, spirit 2. I can't if I had. That's 3 away.
Yep.
That's still 3 away. All right,
Yeah,
so
it
it's
would
only
be
going to be
3
those 2
actions.
drakes there.
Okay. Okay.
So first up, 25 versus Fortitude.
That hits first.
1d20 plus 15. And 18 versus the
Misses
other one.
second, unfortunately.
All right, that's fine. The spirit is no longer there, but it has a zone of 2 where if a creature ends its turn there, it takes 5 psychic damage, and enemies in that zone take a -2 penalty to attack rolls.
Hey.
I'm pretty much going to keep this up, so you probably will want to drop something there for showing the zone.
Oh yeah, I take it the spirit. I'll stay in that spot, is she?
Yeah, the spirit's probably a good enough marker for there, because it'll probably just pop back in there and just give Kierwyn a lot more attacks coming forward.
Yeah, there is an aura showing, or should be showing.
Yep, it's showing now. And that is it for me.
All right, Mo.
Okay. I am going to. That changes things slightly. Mm, I'm gonna cast Thunder Gateway, and I'm going to pop it on this square here. So let me put that down. Nope, wrong one. Bloop. And that will be my... Oh, I'm going to move so I'm not quite in such a clump.
There.
And that's my go.
Alright, Mercurial Truck. What's your move gonna be? Your spirit isn't technically in that location anymore, is it?
The spirit is no longer there. They disappeared.
Alright. I will just name it Kiri. Shoot an acid bolt at her. 23 versus her reflex. 13 acid damage.
I'm assuming a 20 misses her reflex.
A 20?
Mm-hmm.
How come? Oh, sorry, your attack. Yeah, I was like, I didn't. I rolled a 23, I thought. But yes, 23. 20. No, hits.
All right, there you go.
20
Nice.
hits.
So
Oh, you can slide her
Get-
before she can even make the attack.
get slide, yeah, get slid, idiot. Gonna.
Wait, no, don't slide her back. Slide her back down this way.
Yeah,
That way she doesn't
okay.
have an angle.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we are. Actually, to be even more annoying, there.
Okay. Okay. 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4,
Wee!
5.
Get
All right.
rotated,
No
idiot.
attack then. Yeah, you rotated the shit out of her.
Get rotated.
Fucking hell. All right. What else can you do? Got a recharge, right? You do. I don't have any angle anymore. All right. Let's just moves again into here to get a little angle going on. Sasha.
Right, as a minor action, I will blow up the shade and do 5 damage to those two scriboids,
Goodbye, Shade. You're a good girl.
those drakes. And then I will chuck the dagger at this one.
Sure.
Hiya!
Yep. A successful
20
here.
damage.
Well done. Anything else?
I think I'm good on movement. Keep us spread out a little bit.
Okie doke. All right. Ah. Okay, baby, let's do this. So. 2. Oh, of course, I can do something really cheeky. This should be fun.
Probably gonna do a leap or something.
I'll go for
Okay.
the wall.
So she moves up 2 to get her aura over on this side. And will cast Mercurial Expansion, which creates 2 squares of like tangling mercury roots adjacent to her aura. So let's start spreading the mercury out. Yeah, she will choose those 2 spaces. And that, I think, is it for now. She can't do much from this position. She can do stuff soon. All right, king time. Good timing. You might be muting Savin.
I might be, yes. I'm gonna have the king come down here and shoot this dude.
Makes sense.
Oh,
Nope.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure that does not hit the trick. Nope. Just so you know, that purple aura is a good thing.
Oh, good.
The purple aura is enemies get minus to their attack rolls, and if they end a turn in the zone, they take 5 psychic. Actually,
Nice.
technically, this lady here. Oh no, she didn't have to be in the zone to place that, so she stayed there.
Oh, okay.
She was a bit smarter than standing into that. Yeah, basically, there's this aura coming off of the sort of Mercury Dryad that looks like a bunch of Mercury roots, and she used an ability to expand these roots out from the edge of this.
I wonder what's gonna happen. She's probably just gonna pop up through the Mercury.
Oh
Ooh.
god.
Maybe. All right, Drake time. Your spirit currently isn't there. Let's.
That is correct.
That's a shame.
Well, it's going to get hit. Is what's going to happen.
Shit. All right, where do you want to move him? You rotate my idiot.
Yeah. Well, there's only really one place I can move it because
You
it
could move
can't.
it
Move 'em
north.
up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Move them up. Three
Okay.
squares.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it's actually these.
Damn it.
Now
Okay.
it doesn't end its turn in the thing, so I helped.
And then it wants to move back up again. It
Well, no, you
chooses to-
want him ending the thing in there.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
want it to end.
I
in-
know, I know.
but yeah,
It was a joke.
it moves up again and readies an action.
Oh.
Okay.
And then it takes its 5 damage.
Psychic. Yeah.
5 psychic.
5 psychic.
Ouch. Okay. This one moves up and probably gets rotated as well.
Uh-huh. I don't know, in terms of the squeezing and everything, can I move it back there?
If you hit it.
Well, that's true.
You have to roll.
Oh,
No!
God, you have to jinx it.
What do you mean jinx it? What do you mean to ask you to play by the rules?
No.
Alright.
What do you mean play by the rules?
Yeah, well, the
Yeah.
rules say I can just do whatever I want. It says right here.
Hmm.
Let's try and poison bite.
Would
33 versus 30 versus Kiri's
31.
AC.
and that's
31.
still gonna hit.
It's still gonna hit, but yeah.
Alright. 21 poison. Oh man, that's a scary one. 21 poison damage.
Ow.
5 ongoing, you're immobilized. Save that's both.
Well, that's rude, frankly.
Yeah.
Pretty rude.
At least it takes
Good
5.
news. That was an encounter though.
Oh, well, that's nice. Let's soak that up.
You've soaked up both of their encounters so far. This one here hasn't used it yet. It was going to, and then it got rotated. As idiots will want to do, and this one can't get in and reach. Cool. This one, 1, 2, 3, fucking has to charge.
Yeah, come
Sure.
get rotated. Oh,
No, it
No.
avoided.
you don't want to get rotated.
It's
did
smartly
not.
avoided.
More like it just sort of Tokyo drifted. Sorry, 27 versus your AC.
That'll.
All right, 4 damage, and you gain a marker.
But hey, it's a minion,
Oh.
so it gets popped.
Yep, and then it ends its turn in your zone and dies, and then in its death throw attacks the closest creature to it because it cannot attack the origin. Let's just do that again.
My bad. Sorry, Kierwyn.
That'll hit.
And hits you again. All right, 8 damage, 2 markers.
Ow.
Ah.
This is not ideal.
No.
Take
No,
it's
not.
5 damage. Gonna use a minor action to use Lay on Hands on myself. So I'm gonna get 23 hit points back. Plus 5, so 28 actually. And then I make a saving throw with a +5 bonus. And succeed, so I'm no longer everythinged.
God damn.
Yeah, paladins are good at saying no to status effects.
They really are. It's amazing. Just a pleasure to watch you work. I'm going to hit you with it again, though, just so you're aware.
I know, that's okay. I have more I have more lay on hands. That's the great thing about being a paladin.
All right. What you got? What else you got in the tank?
That's a good question, Scow. Thanks for asking. I would like to not be here TBQH when this Thorns thing gets over. So I think the thing to do is actually going to be to disengage and leave.
You
But
mean a shift?
I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, these things haven't shown that they have reach, do they? So,
You can see that they've got rage.
oh. Well, that's a bit of a problem. I guess I'll shift into this square though, at least.
Okay.
Get away from the box.
Away from the box of fear.
Yeah, the
The
box
box
of fear.
terror.
I don't know what it does, but it scares me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it had a recharge 1 second for
Oh.
placing the box, just to make it extra scary. It did not get to recharge box power. You're in luck. I can't just keep making it bigger.
Well, that's good.
So you're all
Good.
trapped in
That's
the
good.
box.
That's really good.
That is generally advantageous to us.
Because guess where I would like to put the next 2 squares in a line touching the box currently?
I can guess.
I don't know, like this way?
Yeah,
Maybe this way?
yeah, like you get it right first. Your first guess was the correct guess. Yeah, just wall Kiri in.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
prefer that not to be how this goes.
All right, so that was a shift and a minor.
Yep, I've still got my standard. So this thing next to me is gonna get hit with one of these. Bonk.
Ow!
Nice.
Kablamo.
Okay. Crunch. Doesn't look hurt because there's a thing.
Yeah,
because of
I
course
figured.
Yeah,
the
sorry.
bars are seamless. But yeah, so you hurt it quite nicely. It's about a third of its health.
Here, I have a
Excellent.
way to fix this. Let me just there you go.
Oh, you made its health fine. Cool.
Yeah, I just put to 0 because it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't make it. All right, Sasha.
Okay. So, starting off with a sustain minor.
Yep.
Keep that zone going.
Good zone.
Uh,
Oh yeah, that one ended at center as well. It's fine.
yes. And let's see here. I have a feeling that Kierwyn's gonna be in trouble here shortly, very soon. So, free action, summon the spirit. I'll put her back down on top of the Drake here in just a second. Just have her there for stuff. We're gonna put granite armor on you.
That sounds nice.
And then I'm gonna make an attack against this one and this one because of granite armor's a secondary part. So 23 and 1d20 plus 15. 19. So 23 for the top one and 19 against the AC of the bottom one. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, it's only against that one. It's not around the spirit. It's only around you. So I misread that. My bad.
It's 16 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And the spirit is no longer there, but the zone still is. Nope, one higher. And let's see here. I have movement, so I'm gonna move to, I don't know, here, spread out a bit. So that's it for me.
You kind of get its health bar back.
I don't know. I said to 0.
No.
Hmm.
Me.
Really debating on using another big spell to really fuck these guys over. No, I don't think it's the right time to use that. So I'm going to move on up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
And I'm gonna. Unfortunately, I can't cast Emerald Eye because I've already used it in this encounter. So I'm gonna do the bully spell on this dragon friend here.
Okay, you cast Bully.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, your portal's gone now, isn't it?
End of next turn. End of my
Oh.
turn, so it will be in a second. So 28. So I'm going to slide it to, yeah, pretty much there.
Okay.
And boop. Can't get rid of Portal Friend for some reason.
Okay. Slid, immobilized when something
Because you're
starts
on the
attacking.
arrow.
Ah, was it? Yeah.
Cool. Drug, you finally get to act after getting bullied away again. You're such a nice recharge power. Area burst 2 within 10.
Oh no.
No.
Ah, the king moved.
Oh, yeah,
Cast
we
your king.
Ha
Too smart.
I mean, 3 is a pretty good amount.
That's
Isn't
pretty
it?
good. Mercurial roots burst from the ground.
No, I hate this one.
Okay, this is
Oh,
verse
right.
fortitude.
This is the one that makes like the big 10 damage per turn if you save out.
Yep. Kiri. 23 versus 4. Nice. Moo.
that'll actually hit.
Oh, 29 versus 4, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That hits.
Saoirse,
That
17.
will
Nice.
not hit for once.
Alright, so you both are restrained save ends.
Mm-hmm.
Charge. It's not. And yes, you remember correctly. When you save out of it, the after effect is ongoing 10 necrotic, and you can't move closer to the target caster. Save ends both. Sasha.
Hmm. I can now move. Boy, Saoirse's really regretting not having a ranged option right now, and probably gonna be looking for one in the future.
Don't you
But
get a possible kukri?
You did a kukri toss.
yeah, I've already used it. It's a one-time thing.
Oh, can you not?
It's the psychic throwing one.
Yeah,
So it's not usually used as a throwing weapon, but as the use
Yeah.
it as a psychic bullet power.
I see.
yeah,
Yeah, you should definitely have even just a mundane bow.
yeah. Like I need to get either a short bow or a hand crossbow.
Yeah, you need to do that.
Yeah. It's never come up before until now when we're in the everything is poison hell.
Yeah, when we get to the Miyazaki dungeon.
Welcome to Blighttown, motherfuckers.
This one is charmed for how long?
Which one?
End of its turn.
End of its turn?
End of my next turn.
Okay, end of your next turn. Alright, then I will come up here. Could I attack this boy from this square?
Which one, sorry?
This one?
That is a hard diagonal, so no.
Okay. In that case, I will. Oh, this is tough. I can attack him without messing up your thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Okay, then I'm going to go right here, slide up to hit him. Whabonk.
That is a
18.
bonk. 18 damage.
And slide back here.
Okay. Alright. Demon Thorn did not recharge her power. What can we do? Mm. Let's use your encounter power move. Yeah, what's up?
Oh, she's big.
Yes.
I bet she'll do it on this square. It says at least one occupied square. That's fantastic. Okay. So, this aura that she has appears to be made up of constantly threading over each other like solid roots, but yeah, made of mercury. They are difficult terrain.
Oh, jeez.
Not that it matters.
As a minor action, it can make an attack against every creature in a square of the tangling roots. 14 versus reflex.
Oh no.
Oh, every creature. Jeez.
Yeah. Kiri, May.
Ah,
22, 29 versus reflex. You're
Yep.
restrained. Save ends.
Oh,
So you're
good.
just double
More
restrained. So 2 different restraints.
Well,
And then your actual standard action. Seed pods. Close burst 1.
Oh,
23 versus reflex, 21 versus reflex. Left or right.
yeah, that'll hit me.
All right.
I am going to use some bullshit power. Hang on, let's see. So, it's not a melee attack, is it?
Close burst 1.
No. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna shield it.
Okay.
Man, what
All
that
right.
eye could be so grossly incandescent.
Hmm.
Gary, you take 10 damage.
Ow. Actually, well,
Plus, guess what? Ongoing 5.
oh,
And
good.
all
What kind of damage?
All creatures have concealment against the target. It doesn't say what kind of damage, so I believe it's just normal.
Yep.
Yeah. All creatures have concealment against against you. Save ends both. More
Wow.
tokens.
Hooray.
King.
And she takes 5.
Oh, yeah, she takes 5.
All right.
Oh yeah, did a 19 hit? Sorry, 21 and 19 hit your reflexes again.
Who are you asking?
Yeah, 21 for you and 19 for Tess. Just realized if she's in the purple aura, she had -2 to those.
Yeah,
Oh.
but they both hit me already.
Even with the -2?
My reflex is a 20, so yes.
Okay.
I just get hit
Oh.
by everything.
Can
Okay.
can I take back the
Yeah,
shield?
you can take
then?
back your shield. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. King.
All right. The king. This is less than ideal, TBH.
Yeah, you could try and set all them mercury roots on fire. Wouldn't that be great?
I mean, I bet she's not like resistant to fire or anything. In fact, her being perpetually on fire from her mercury
It
roots.
probably would really suck. Yeah. If you want
Yeah.
to try and race her.
I don't think fire's a good idea.
I know, but it's yeah. For now, the king is just gonna gat. We're probably gonna shoot the wagon over there. He's not dominated or charmed right now, is he?
Nope.
Okay. Then yeah. Gat.
Ow.
And the king is going to move down like here.
Sure. All right, that Drake starts adjacent to your Eye of Defender target, so it gets attacked.
It gets attacked with a +1 to the attack roll and +3 to the damage.
Okay. Certainly hits for 2d6 plus 5 plus 3. Oh, 50. 30. Owie. Okay, and it is restrained, if I remember rightly.
It's immobilized.
Immobilized. That's really irritating. Its reach is certainly not 3, so it ends its turn after not hitting you and takes 5 psychic damage.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Look at you controlling. It's
Mm-hmm.
really irritating. Stop doing that.
What are you talking about? I'm a leader, Skow.
Oh no, I mean the Tis moved it all the way back there
Yeah.
and stunned it and immobilized it. Okay. I did that. It was a little backwards.
Can't
but
move there.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you mean you can't move there?
I'm there.
Oh, you are. I couldn't see. I couldn't see Siorsa underneath them. Then it takes a ranged attack at Sasha.
Ah,
It looks like you get the poison bite. You know, it's a -2. All right. 25 versus your AC.
No.
Balls.
A 23 even. And take 5.
No, I put the -2 in already.
Oh, okay. We'll still take 5.
Okay. Mercurial Blunt. And charged, I guess, onto Sasha.
can you charge through allies?
Fucking right, you can't. It's stuck out here on the corner then. Can't do anything. It does a wiggle.
Haha.
Gary.
All right. I'm going to lay on hands myself as a minor action after I take this 5 damage to get rid of that extra restrained and 5 ongoing damage because I don't want to get rid of the other restrained because that'll
And
do
then
even
have 2
more
different
ongoing
ongoing,
damage.
yeah, because one is ongoing 5 poison and one's 10 necrotic, so they would stack, which is pretty
Yeah,
brutal.
that'd be
Ow.
pretty bad.
So, Savin,
oh.
before you like an attack,
Mhm.
would you like to ready an action so that you can attack and then have an extra d6 on it?
Maybe? Oh, I significantly overhealed myself.
I mean, like just an extra d6 of damage onto it.
Oh, I needed that +5. Let me think real quick here. 'Cause I can't. Well, yeah, sure. I'll ready an action. But I do want to use my minor action while I have the chance.
Can you just use your minor action?
I
Depending
can
on moving to
push
a
my
second
movement
minor.
down to that.
Ah, right.
So it'd be a shame if I just became immune to all that necrotic damage I'm going to take later. So I'm going to enter this stance.
Okay. Resist cold necrotic 5 + 5. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, when does that damage shield end? That he
The
put on
6th
me?
one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that ended a long time ago.
Okay. Let me just get rid of that token then. Okay. Then yeah, I will ready my standard action to bonk when Sasha does her thing.
Cool. Sasha.
All right. So, Scout, unfortunately,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to need
Wait, before that, sorry. All the saves. You saved out of that first one. You got to save versus the restraint that puts the necrotic on you.
Yes, I do. Haha.
All right, you do. You now have 10 ongoing necrotic.
But I don't take any of that necrotic damage, so it doesn't matter.
I'll mark you up just in case it does.
Yeah.
All right.
I can't move closer to the bitch. That's all that really
Correct.
does.
That is also true. Yes.
So, unfortunately, I'm going to need another zone marker.
That's fine. Let's see here.
This will be a
I'll
zone
grab
of
2
5.
so you can move your spirits around as well.
Okay.
Let's give you. Just gonna see what happens if I just type the word slut in.
Wow. I mean, that will probably do something, but wow.
There you go. So your 2 auras will turn off. Your spirit's aura. Just let that spirit out of the way. This one will carry that purple aura. And I'll move it to back so that you can actually see Saoirse. And all right, you said 5 squares?
5 squares. It's going to be the same place as Siorsa as well.
God damn it.
More
I
auras, more auras.
Let's see. That's still, actually, I can move it over once so it's not on top of each other to be just like here.
No, don't get Skow that satisfaction. You make this as obnoxious as possible.
The big pile.
Okay. So, this is going to be a big action. We're going to attack all the creatures here with it.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, geez.
Okay.
Hmm.
So that's starting from the
Damn.
top one with the Drake.
Sure.
And then
We'll go Drake, Sprite, Trog, Boss. All right. So it looks like Drake hit. They are all hits. Shit. They are.
Nice.
Yeah, they're all hits. They will take 20.
Nice.
It's pretty monumental. It goes bye-bye. Can't
Yep.
put any more of those fucking root markers on you. Big shame. Because that was about to hit scary numbers.
Yep. Sustain minor for the other zone. And I think that does it for me. So, Karen, go ahead and do your bonk and I'll hit thunder damage for you.
Okay. Well.
Spooky.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and use. Let's see. No one's actually injured on our team. We're doing pretty good so far. In terms of keeping health up. So I'm just gonna do one of these. Bop.
Yeah, that's a bop for 11. Cool. Tis.
Do you want basic zone annoyance, or should I do advanced zone annoyance?
Make this fight as toxic as possible. Let's go.
Okay. So, now the problem is I can't move, so I can't actually see the best place to put it. But in an area burst, let's say on this square, an area burst 2.
Sure.
I am going to cast this. We'll use the first one for, let's say, the Trog.
Sure. Then top, then bottom.
Look.
All right, you crit the Trog for 20.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
And then everything else in there, I need to roll again. So,
Yep.
give me a second.
That'll be 15 damage versus them. Because you've managed to roll maximum.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty fucking good.
Ba-boom.
So how many times do I need to roll? Because I can't actually see.
One more.
One more.
Hit. You killed the second one.
Good job,
Yay.
Tisrena.
That's why she never takes off her hat.
Terrifying.
And they now can't, until they save, they can't leave that zone.
Son of a fucking bitch.
Also, can't see any of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Advanced annoyance. So it was this square. So
Yeah.
I don't know if you want another zone.
Alright, time to grab another slat.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna...
Ooh.
There you go.
This is peak 4th edition.
This
Mhm.
is. The only thing would be
Nope.
better is if I had stickers to cut your. Right now, your tokens would be covered in stickers.
God, imagine doing this in person. Like, okay, so where's the zone?
Yeah.
Okay, I drew it here.
Yeah.
That's why whenever we played
Hmm.
4E, we played it on top of a table board that was a whiteboard, so that
Mhm.
we could draw zones on it.
Yep.
That's
So it was
smart.
it was a cross-hatched whiteboard that we then put terrain pieces on top of.
I did it on graph paper, so
That also
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
I had one of the nice Chessex rollout maps that you could draw on with Sharpies. It's great.
Very cool. All right, so that she can't see outside the zone.
Yep.
And she is dazed and can't choose to leave it.
Yeah.
Okay, she's just gonna shoot where she knows people are and hope. So it's a -5 to hit Saoirse.
Yeah.
So it's +9. 12 versus reflex. No.
Mm.
All right, that's her turn. She ended
And
in.
gets to save against it if she wants.
Oh yeah, she would love to try. She does.
Nope. No, she doesn't.
Oh, you got negative for your
Yep.
saves. Shit. All right, have fun in the fucking bully box. All right,
Mhm.
Sasha, you're up.
All right, so should I continue the zone
Make it as
sherry?
toxic as possible.
So I'm
By this point, you got to do it.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna use a minor action to drop to a burst 2 zone. Right. Oh, it doesn't say what the it's supposed to be burst 2. No, burst 3, close burst 3 zone right on top of myself that will prevent the boss from teleporting. And it also these things it also can't shift, and less relevant but potentially relevant, can't get invisibility, concealment, or total concealment.
Okay.
And then I will spin around and smack her. Hiya! 25.
Yeah, 25 is a hit for
Nice.
17, 23.
Plus
Sorry, which
where
target was that for?
the boss.
Okie doke.
Plus 9.
Ouch.
Pachoo.
Right. Hold up.
Oh,
Do you have the power to bully back? No. Okay, never mind.
bully.
Fuck.
That's it.
All right, Mercurial Demon Thorn. Oh yeah, at the end of your last turn, did you get back your roots? You did. Um. I want to use it. Do the slash. All right, let's spread out this towards you guys. Roots creep out of her aura because she's also got a square in this race of seemingly endless
Mhm.
squares all over my fucking map. She places that down. And then attacks Kiri with a vine slash twice. This is
Okay.
versus your AC.
Okay.
She's in the aura, so it's essentially -2 to hit. So it's plus 14. Has she got any other negatives from anyone on anything before I fucking start
I
throwing
don't
hands?
think I've got anything on her.
Okay.
Not for me, she doesn't.
All right. It's worth double checking.
Mm-hmm.
Miss on the second one. The first one, of course, will hit.
Okay. 14 damage. Looks like normie damage.
Okay.
Oh, it is a cutting move, so it will open up a point of weakness. Not that I have any other thorn boys to tell you with. I might as well stick to the guns. As you can see it cutting up your defense. If
Ow.
you set her on fire, that I guess that 3 damage to your armor is relevant.
Yep.
Cass,
And 5
just set her
damage
on
for
fire.
her.
Oh,
All right.
suffering.
No, I don't think I will. I will move over here though, so that I can see this bitch. And yeah, gat.
No. Which cat? Sorry.
On the snack.
Okay. It's snack. I think it's in the D6 aura. If you would like to punch that out, please.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah.
6.
Says pretty
There we go.
tasty.
Cass just forgot to clean the tip of his gat. Okay, this Drake starts in hell. It can't
is
move.
in
It's
like
stuck in his
5
daze.
auras.
It can't see who it wants to attack, but it makes an attack with a -7 because it's got a -2 and then the -5 for not being able to see who he's swinging at.
This is great.
So his attempt at hitting Saoirse is with a +7. So I think that's impossible unless it's a crit. It's not a crit. His turn is over. He takes another
And-
5 damage.
And
Yep.
gets to try and save.
And then he tries to save.
And Psychic Zap
All
roll
right.
is starting to add up.
Yeah, it is. That psychic damage has probably been about 50 damage spread out across everything.
40 damage. I've been keeping track.
Oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
Ow. It can see now. Hooray.
Mm-hmm.
It's no longer
And-
dazed.
And can move.
Cool. Kiri,
All right.
extend my torment.
I could put down more auras if you really want, but
I mean, I don't, but also I think that it would be funny, and I want you to use up all the resources you possibly can.
I mean,
As a favor to me.
Look, we'll go fucking long rest after this just to spite you if that's what you want.
No, I mean, this is your second encounter, so I guess you get an AP back.
That's true. Let's see. No, I'm gonna save. I'm gonna stave off using another zone. Instead, let's go ahead and do one of these on the tree lady. That.
Owie.
Each ally within 3 squares, which is these nerds, can all get 10 temp HP or spend a healing search. I'm gonna choose to
I
get 10 temp
suspect
HP.
they're going to take the temp, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, D6, please.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. Oh, only 2.
Nearly got it down. Sasha.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Do I want to I'm not hurt. I'm not going to use my daily power that if it drops you, does a shitload of damage and heals me for it. No point.
Yeah,
I don't
kinda
get
no
a
point.
save versus your necrotic and inability to charge.
Oh yeah, that's true. No,
Nope, alright, you still got that. Not that
matters
it can hurt
not.
you at the moment. Sasha.
All right, let's start off with a free action to bring the spirit here. And hey, you know who should do another bit of whacking? You should,
Is it
Kierwyn.
me?
Do another bit
Damn
of
it.
whacking.
All right.
Oh my god, do you whack.
Bonk. Oh, I really fucking whacked.
Get it.
And an extra.
Defeat.
Oh, that's for Rising Thunder damage print there.
Oh.
Alright.
There it is.
Oh.
Tess, can you stop this Trog from dealing any have-at-thee damage before it is defeat?
I can certainly try. And psychically zap. No.
Okay. Trog, you're dazed, you can't see them, you're in hell. Try an acid splash on Carrie anyway.
I mean, if you insist.
Yes, you take 10 now. You've got the if you had
And
that.
do I roll to save against that, or is
Yes,
it just
yeah.
Okay.
It turns into a separate save effect.
Okay. So that is 10 necrotic. Luckily, you just got 10 temporary hit points, so don't need to worry about that.
You're welcome.
Trog misses, ends its turn, tries to save out of the fucking bully zone. Say
Nope.
no, it doesn't. Its level is it's got debuffs. I double clicked. Sorry, Sasha, you'll go.
Da, 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 da. Oh, she's been boosted.
Yep.
So Oh, that guy's still alive. I will attempt to take out that Drake.
Okay.
Boop. 24.
Defeat.
Yay. And I will continue to maintain the aura just for the sake of magic and rainbows.
There.
And in case this lady's for whatever reason wants to shift in here.
Also fair.
God, you do so much damage. Striker gonna strike.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is her
oh yeah,
reason
that
to tear.
was max. That was like all 3 rolls max damage.
Yeah,
Yep.
Or all 3 dice max damage.
and you got max on the thunder damage too.
Yep.
Juicy.
Goodness me.
And I will not move.
Okay. King. One target left.
Well, the king will identify and destroy target. Oh, maybe not.
Nah, King not feeling it now.
Nah.
Quickest defeat.
King
King.
just feels kind of bad. Kiri
You
actually
can't get
can't move any
closer.
closer. No, I guess I'll yeet a
Sasha?
javelin. Hey!
Oh, sure. I'm just sort of zooming through now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Tis and Tasha probably got this, but I might as well yeet a javelin, because I do have them.
Yeah,
'Cause
give it
I have ranged options, unlike our
You have
striker.
at least. Yeah, you have at least an ranged option.
Lord. Let's see. Fine. That's 2. Yeet. No.
Oh, all right. Spirit's going over to here, and then they'll make it. Actually, wait a minute. Where's the zone? Zone ends. Zone ends like next to her, doesn't it?
Who
Oh
the
no, it's
fuck
fine
knows
with.
anymore?
Yeah, no, they're good to have there.
Yeah, yours is the big green one.
Yeah. Does my spirit count for Raging Storm?
I don't fucking know. I don't know how your spirit works half the time.
I mean, I don't.
It
I don't
probably does. I don't know.
It's any ally. I guess the spirit's considered an ally, right?
Is it
It's an
considered
ally
a
while it's
creature?
solid and making it's a creature while it's solid and making an attack.
Then yeah.
It can be targeted like one.
All right, fair enough. Stalker strike.
Hit. You nearly drop it. Tis. Take it to the hoop before it gets into go.
Oh, don't put that pressure on me.
Take it to the hoop,
hoop.
Tis.
Yay!
You did it.
Yay!
Bleh.
Bleh. And I saved? Question mark.
You did.
Hooray.
Hooray!
But
You did
I
take 10. Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
was
took
gonna
10
say,
across
take
at the
10,
start
that's
of your
fine.
turn. Well done. This fucking colourful clusterfuck looks like one of those VRAM errors you get on an old 90s computer.
Hooray!
Like on my screen, this is just awful.
Yeah, no, it's
Don't
awful
worry,
on our
it's awful
screen.
here. And now we can get rid of
It's
it.
just a fucking rainbow. Ah, Lord.
There you go. That's me with all of my sight and vision. It's
Ugh.
even worse because I have crossover patches of random
Oh
darkness.
god, wow.
Oh no. I'm just gonna copy that over to the chat.
Story.jpg.
Peak 4E.
Hmm.
It's just doing it's working as intended.
I love my daily powers. They're fun.
There is a neat power. All right. Also, that was your second encounter. You get an action point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I now
Hooray.
have 2 action
Whee!
points.
So do I.
Back up to 1.
Double AP.
Oh,
So I think we're done with the mind, guys. We're gone now. Yeah.
There might be more in here, but we don't know.
Yes, let's keep going. I haven't really expended much in the way of resources. That fight looked scarier than it was gonna end up being, actually.
Yes.
What is
I
this
used a little
thing?
bit.
yeah,
Dead.
give me an Arcana.
Is she
A
dead?
Also, its
Dryad?
roots, even when it dies, all of its roots remain as difficult terrain, which is
Oh,
why its aura hasn't gone away.
alright.
Do I need to be trained in Arcana to try it?
Yep.
Well, then I cannot do anything to help you.
I don't.
Alright. Kiri has the big brain.
Nope.
You get
Looks
dunked on, stupid wizard.
Would
No.
nature tell me anything different about it?
Yes, it would. Nice. Okay, so between the two of you bumping heads together, I'll give you the full information. This was originally some offshoot of a dryad, a already blighted dryad, upon whom a bunch of supposed alchemical experimentation has been done. However, you notice that there is a lot of degeneration that has occurred as a result of just being left untended for a really long time in a pool of mercury. Like, this thing barely qualifies as sentient. It lives on the mercury, but not in any way that is healthy.
Okay.
But yeah, it was probably okay while it was being, like, regularly attended to alchemically. But yeah, it hasn't been seen for a long time. So it has degenerated. Originally, large fey beast plant.
Poor thing.
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not getting any nutrition. It can survive, but at what cost?
No one was here to give it cummies, so the dryad
I'm pretty
degenerated.
sure anyone would die doing that right now.
Hey, get your dick out in the mercury. What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, meh.
Look, Sasha's a deviant, but she knows better than to do that.
Says the fucking succubus.
Bitch, I mean, the succubus knows better than to get her dick out in a mercury mine.
Alright.
I feel like, honestly, that's common sense for all of you.
Mm,
Expertise or not.
common sense for this party.
Is there
Yeah.
anything we can take off the Dryad?
Mercury.
I mean, you said she had residium, so
That is true. A lot of the, like, bark reminiscent clothing is studded with residium. It looks to be in, like, little shaped diamonds of it. You know, that classic set in a king's crown diamond.
Be worth it to try and get out still?
You could certainly be jimmied out. It might take some time, though.
well, we can come back and grab it on our way out.
We have a little bit more of the mind to explore still, I think.
Seems so. Come along.
I'm always coming, dear, don't you worry.
I
I'm
should
coming in the
hope not.
gym. I'm coming at home. I get the feeling of coming all the time.
I know that bodysuit's basically like a condom, but you should probably get that looked at if you're just doing it all the time.
Okay.
It's my
Metaphorically, not
secret
literally.
cure.
Unless it's.
So as you
don't worry
come
about it.
around this
Unless.
corner,
Stop
it's
coming.
coming into the gym, there is a
Right.
crate. The crate is like literally oil lined. You can see the oil on it, so it's also horribly flammable.
Good, just like everything else here.
Yay, flaming mimic.
That's all you see.
What would it be for traps? Would it be dungeoneering for looking for traps? I feel like it's probably dungeoneering.
Perception.
Perception. Dungeoneering does also apply.
Okay,
But
perception.
dungeoneering is more like monster lane traps than humanoid trapping you.
Fair enough. 24.
You don't detect any traps.
None that I can spot.
Okay. Well, going to take out the tip of my greatsword and just wedge it into the top here and pry it open.
Yeah. You pop the seal and you can pry this thing open. You see that it is full of mercury protective gear.
Yay! That's
Love
stuff
it.
we already have.
It is stuff that you already have, but if any
Oh,
of
get
you had
some for
reached
the
5
workers.
stacks, you would have lost
Oh,
all of
yeah.
your armor completely and could have replaced it here.
Mhm.
Also that.
Oh,
Well,
that
we should
is good.
take that along then, and hey, if we don't end up needing it, the miners can use it.
Yeah.
Certainly. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, it's only clothing. You could probably carry the whole box.
Yep.
You can just chuck that over a shoulder.
So is it like a couple sets of it or just one set of it?
Is 5
Nice.
suits of
Nice.
mercury protective gear.
Very
there
good.
Anything down in this chamber?
Nope. There were
Okay.
just enemies down there earlier.
Let's keep going down here then.
Down here, you can see that there is a cleared area and like a raised ledge so that mercury can't just like pool up here and drip down the stairs. And
Wait, there's a door there.
there is. So, in the depths of this mercury, you can see like just a huge area where the dryad must have been. There's torn up, broken rock like in the middle of this mercury pool, which they can't really do much to draw texture in a giant mirror sheen. But like if you were to crouch down and then look flat across it, you'd be able to see that there are like divots and depressions in it. And then far across to the other side appears to be a stone archway of immaculate quality. It has a simple wooden door set in it. Mercury does not appear to seep past the bottom of it. It's set completely levelly. There's no air gap for it.
Okay.
Hmm.
I see that our vision cuts off here. Does this like go down to a different layer
That
or
goes down to the next level.
Okay.
So, given we still have intact protective gear, can we make it over there?
Yeah, you can wade through it. You just move slowly, and none of you've taken the time to patch yourselves up again, so none of you have damage while you're wading through. So yeah, you absolutely can.
Alright.
Or
Sounds simple enough.
Might as well
Yeah.
check it out.
So it's not even difficult terrain, it is slowing. You are slow while you are trying to trudge through Mercury because it is so fucking heavy. It is like
So
wading.
thick.
It is like wading through a Utonian fluid. People really do underestimate how fucking heavy Mercury is, and this would
Yeah.
be unmanageably tough to hurt.
I've
handle.
seen the videos of the mercury water balloons.
Yeah. So yeah, you can start to wade through and try and reach that door if you would like.
I'm gonna try and like skip a pebble across or something, see if some creature comes out. Just, to be safe.
I don't know what it looks like when you skip a pebble across Mercury.
It
I
looks
guess the
big.
pebble probably stops pretty early. And then
Probably.
sinks. Floop. Plunk.
Mm,
In fact, it doesn't even sink. The pebble is probably lighter than this Mercury. It rests on top of the Mercury.
So, funnily enough, I think I have a power that's gonna let me just walk on Mercury normally. I mean, I'm
Do not
not
sink while
sinking
moving
anyway.
over soft or brittle terrain. Just dust, silt. I guess silt or snow are roughly equivalent to sliding through a surface. Mercury obviously wants to give away beneath your feet, but you could do it.
yeah, clearly we should just like do backstrokes across this.
Mm,
La-da-dee, la-da-dee, la-da-dee. Yeah, gain immortality like an Egyptian pharaoh. Mercury swim.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
did Chinese emperor drink mercury.
Yeah,
I mean,
like that
te-
scene from the second 300 movie.
technically, they did monkey pull themselves as immortality because now we know about them.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wait up to the door, see if I can open it.
Okay. It is absolutely a check to muscle this door open. It's not even conventionally locked. It's just got all this mercury resting up against it. It's so fucking heavy.
Can we get Tahru back here? He's the
Uh,
only one of us with muscle.
yeah, right.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go get
Cannot.
Pobs.
I've got 9 athletics.
We're
Probably not enough.
No, we are not bringing Porbs into this place.
He does not want mercury in her Furbury.
I
Alright,
mean,
you
Yeah,
can go
fair.
full Tahru. In fact, you can
7
give her one of those
athletics.
suits to replace her totally destroyed one.
yeah. There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm absolutely when we get out of here, I'm gonna tell Pops all about this fucking Mercury Dryad and shit. She'd probably get a kick out of it.
Oh, absolutely. She loves
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
secrets. This place
Yeah.
sounds like it's full of secrets.
Yeah.
Alright,
Probably.
Tahru. Stomps on up. Pulls up her sleeves. Remember, she's in the mine and lowers her sleeves again.
I guess I'll try and assist her.
Sure.
Yeah,
Give me an
so
athletics to
we'll-
assist.
So Gary. Athletics. I mean, I did it.
Yep.
Woo.
Okay.
Castle.
I don't think there's enough space for 3 people to help. That's very
Okay.
much
Fine.
yeah. Too many cooks. Okay. 29. I think that's enough. She has any special rules for her that reduces it.
She's awesome.
Nope. She's really cool.
Action point.
And does a
You
29
all gained
not
an action
succeed?
point, but no, a 29 makes it.
Okay.
Nice.
It just tires her out, but it's not an issue because you're using her like an NPC temporarily.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
Taru
to open
clearly
the door.
Yeah. Taru opens the door and clearly pulls something in her back. Is like, fuck, damn it! All right, you're gonna have to go on ahead anyway.
Now I know
She
how
gets this
Malaysia
door
feels.
open, like she pulls, and you can see like the definition of muscle through the baggy mining suit that she's got that she's pulled on.
Hmm.
Wrench. Big dragony girl pulls, door slides open, Mercury tries to sploosh through, and it hits a sort of like stone scoop on the other side. Please, could you arrange yourselves in marching order, technically heading south 2 by 2? Or sorry, 2 by facing south.
Hurrah.
Uh,
Hurrah.
I think it's gonna be Kiri.
Why'd you move over there? We already had basically the marching order here.
Well, because we already had a marching order there, so I'm gonna get a new one.
I'll just put the spear in there so it's easier
Okay.
to grab.
Excellent. Come along, Spirit.
I mean, it's not there, but like,
Yeah, I need to
Yeah.
grab it.
you just need to be able to grab it.
Okay. And as you step through, you are struck by a very strange sensation. The temperature changes as you cross this threshold. It is very thoroughly maintained. In fact, some might say that it is quite cold. The floor crunches underneath your feet like snow would, except it looks like the floor is made of solid mirrors. It's like mercury powder, but thick and dense enough to not be a vapor. It's dark in this place, but you can see ruined buildings in all directions.
Oh?
Okay.
Just stumble on fucking the Underdark down here? What the hell?
There is movement up ahead, however. A large
Oh.
figure, probably only visible to a couple of you.
Well, just
I don't-
barely.
I might be able to
Should
see
I have
it.
some reason-
vision?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say I can see a health bar, but
Yeah, I
I
can see
can't
a
see
health
Oh,
bar.
yeah, she's exactly far enough away that you can only see a health bar.
Should I
I
mean,
can
be able to
There's
actually like
something.
see?
There's
Wait,
something.
do I even
over
have night
there.
vision? What
Yes.
I
vision
don't
do I have?
know.
You have 120 foot of night vision.
No, I don't.
It says you do on your token. I can see it.
I definitely shouldn't be able to see it.
I can
Like it.
see like to here.
I have accepted.
Don't
Your
forget,
spirit
guys. You got Kiri like throwing vision out.
Kiri glowing.
I cannot see through my token that far, Skow.
That's impossible. You should be able to see so far.
I mean, I don't know where you're getting 120. I probably only have like 60 anyway. Unless like the succubus has like 120.
Okay, that's weird. So I clicked your token, did Control L on your token, and for some reason you can only see through your summon.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn your vision off and on again.
There you go.
Yeah, because
I'm just gonna refresh.
I mean, if I can't even see it, I don't know that a refresh is going to help you. I don't know why this doesn't work.
Oh, I thought you changed it to.
I did. I fixed it, but like at the same time, I should be able to see through your vision too.
It's really weird that the vision's not working right on that.
Let me refresh myself. I don't
Really
know what's up.
annoying.
So I just tried to do Control L on the Moo and saw through the spirit.
I'm
That's
seeing
really
through
weird.
but
myself.
the thing is, I don't have any dark vision, so she's the only light.
Okay,
source.
so here's an interesting story. There is no lighting turned on this map. None at all. And yet, there appears to be lighting on this map.
How have you
Yes, I
managed
can
this?
see.
It's
The
impossible.
the
but
now we see
combination
everything.
of
Mhm.
old dynamic lighting and new dynamic
there's no
lighting.
there's no old lighting. I checked that that was the first thing I checked. There's no legacy lighting. It's just the dynamic lighting was completely turned off. But despite that fact, there were light sources on this map.
Well, now it's completely
Well,
off.
now I can
There's a
see
weird
no, I
ring.
have-
a little bit of her
I-
token.
I have lost all
Okay.
sight except for Kiri's light.
I see now. I see everything. I'm good.
Fascinating.
I have lost my dark vision.
You have normal you didn't have dark vision, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
That is a token.
Oh,
There you go.
I can only see the top of the head. Is that a Valhazak waifu?
Might be.
Oh God.
That makes sense.
I don't know
Also,
what that is.
well, horrifying.
Looks like a fish waifu. She's the best.
So,
Oh,
hold
dear.
up.
Okay.
As you step forward, trudging through this like crunchy mercury snow in this cool place, you can see that there is there is indeed an individual. They are resting upon what appears to be a pile of remains, majoritively dryad, but you can make out other kinds of humanoids as well. She herself appears to be wearing the skin of some individual, and she looks gaunt, underfed. Her eyes are filled with madness. And besides this sort of cloak of monster flesh, is completely naked. Her hands end in draconic claws. She appears to have indeed draconic feetsies and a long, lashy tail.
So what you're saying is we
She's-
found an extra dragon waifu.
She turns her
Perhaps.
head, looks towards you. The cloak shifts and moves. The mouth opens a little bit slowly. There appears to be some kind of like toothed jaw protector resting around her neck as well at the same time. She shudders and moves and snarls.
I don't think
Easy,
she's a wife
easy.
going to be wifeable.
We don't mean you any harm.
Frick, why did you leave me down here?
Who?
I'm afraid I don't know who that is.
What she said that first bit? People were talking over. I couldn't hear it.
She said, Leofric, why would you leave me down here?
Leo. Haven't we
You
heard like
are
a?
traitor. Why were you afraid of my creations? I didn't deserve this. No one deserved this. She reaches up and sticks a couple of clawed fingers in her mouth and starts to worry at them with bites. You can see sharp claws.
Miss, whoever this Leofric is long gone. We're adventurers from a little village nearby. We're exploring. Are
You've
you...
come to do his dirty work, I'm sure. Left me down here until I was crazy.
No, I don't do anyone's dirty work. I'm a Jarlessa. I answer to no one. Certainly not some Leofric.
We have no idea
Wait,
who that is.
When you say the name Leofric aloud, like, hear her teeth grind from all the way over there, and she will stand a little bit straighter and start to hiss.
we could beat him up if you want.
It's a...
Nonsense. Father would never permit it. Loves stupid cousin.
Can you tell us what happened to you?
Clicks her teeth together slowly. Give me a diplomacy.
Sure. I'd be happy to. Sunpuppy powers.
Alright. What does your will? Yeah, that beats your will. Lets out a slow hiss. I changed down here. And then seems to forget, as though the question you asked sort of washed over her. She is like ready and raring and has that sort of angled like a beast waiting to pounce.
We could help you find a way to change back.
Nonsense! I just wasn't finished. Couldn't
Then
get materials anymore.
Finished with what?
Becoming more.
More than what?
I think the materials she's talking about is the stuff she's sitting on.
She slides off of the pile and takes a step closer.
More than a human? More than a dragon? More than what?
Yes! More!
what do you need?
Fresh life. New, mutable, changeable. Parts and pieces, things I can check. Cut and slice and learn how it ticks. You would do. I bet you work for Leofric.
We don't.
So I should kill you.
We
We
don't
have
work
no
for
idea.
anyone, and especially not that person.
We have no idea who he is.
That's a lie. Everyone knows the Von Darks are.
The Von Dark's manor is a ruin. The only person we've seen up there is undead.
Nonsense.
The only one Von Dark we've seen got locked away by her family and imprisoned.
That happens a lot when they disappoint members of the family. I didn't disappoint them. And yet they still locked me down here. I was nearly done.
Miss,
They
let us
sound-
help you. We don't...
If you want to help, then can't bare your necks. I'll make it painless. Unless you want to stay alive for longer. I could learn more that way.
Come on, it doesn't have to go this way.
I think
Can't change the past.
this one.
No,
might have
we
been
can't, but you
broken
still have the
before.
power to determine your future. You...
Oh, not enough power. That's why I need parts. Parts and pieces.
You
I
do
don't think-
have the power. You can choose not to attack us. You can choose
Does
to let
that
us
mean
help
you
you.
will bring me parts? Parts and pieces.
If you just want monster parts, I mean, hell, there's a force full of demons. I can go chop some of them up for you. That will help.
Starts grinding her teeth and turning around in a slow circle. Bring them!
Kierwyn, I don't think this is a good idea.
For as much as I want to encourage the creative arts, I have to agree with Sasha here.
Kieran's just gonna put up a hand. If we bring her something dead, that'll get us close enough for you to look at her and see if there's anything you can do to help.
What the-
She's not going to submit to a check on her own right now.
Oh yeah. And for all in Darkest to see, I shall drop this in the games check out.
Give me a minute. I'm going to have a look in my bag because I collected a load of random monster parts. Let's have a look. Hmm.
She begins to salivate, just gently chews on one of her claws.
Hmm.
Bring me things. Bring me pieces, bring me parts. Bring me dead and bring me living.
Hmm.
I need my mind to move again.
I do have something, but I'm not sure if I really should give it to her.
What about
You
a
have
couple of Mercury
parts.
Drakes?
Broken experiments, old news, pieces taken, forged, carved, cut, and sliced. No drink.
Damn it.
Those experiments long wasted. Wasted like me.
Kierwyn, we should stop this now.
Do what you feel is best, but I want to try and get Tisrena close enough for her to look at her.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out of my pack a jar. I'm going to whisper Skow what it is.
Sure.
Because I've had this for ages.
Sure. Yeah, she follows your gaze as you pull this jar out.
Okay, and it's like massive flesh that's in. So you know, there's like jars you see in like all the horror films, where they've got floating hands or something in. It's like that. So I bring it out, and I'm gonna slowly, with it like sort of extended, start moving towards it as non-threatening as I can.
Sure. She watches and leans and stares very intently. You can see her hackles are up, but they aren't like continuing to rise.
So I procured this from a specimen friend of ours. It's maybe a little past its sell by date, but maybe you could get some use out of it.
Oh, closer, place it down. Let me look.
Okay, I'm gonna place it down, but I'm keeping extreme eye on like what she's doing, sort of thing.
Sure.
Obviously, I'd
She
like.
slowly crouches and then, much like a sort of cat would play with something, does the like back arch in the air, hand lean forward, chest on the floor, drags the jar over closer and takes a look inside.
Okay, can I get a bit of a look at it now? I'm a bit closer.
Sure.
I'm assuming you would like an Arcana, given what sort of monstrosity she is.
Arcana or medicine?
Ooh, let's see if my medicine's any decent. Is there a medicine in this game?
It's heal.
Heal,
Heal,
sorry.
that was it. Ah, yeah. I'm going to go for the Arcana.
Sure.
Um,
That
because it's actually quite an important thing, I am going to use an action point to reroll that.
Good choice.
Cool.
There we go.
oh,
That's
there
better.
we go.
Hey, you made the threshold. Okay, so as you are eyeing this person up and down, you can see that the skin she has draped over her person, although it's long deteriorated over time, you can make out like the faded imprints, like someone used a branding metal on this when it was laid out across the ground in order to put a whole bunch of imprints. You recognize them as those that would belong to some kind of alchemist's maker mark
Mm-hmm.
for whatever treating happened. Indeed, there are whole bunches of different symbols and runes that have been carved into this one piece of flesh, although their purpose is largely impossible from here. It doesn't seem to maintain any of the magic it once had. Good guess is that you are looking at a professional alchemist of some kind who has changed in a deeply base level way, considering she's in some kind of place full of mercury. It's possible she's just actually insane from being exposed to it for so long. Whatever defenses or immunities she might have had, like they've long passed their sell-by date, being trapped down here in these ruins.
Now, given my history of like working with this kind of thing, what typically is the cure is too strong a word, but
Resolution?
resolution remedy to help with mercury poisoning?
I mean,
Let's see.
this seems like something like a restoration ritual could help with.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we haven't got the person who would be able to do that with us. But in terms of like, oh shit, I've spilt something on myself. What would be a quick sort of like?
Okay, so
Yeah.
the quickest way to get mercury poisoning out of someone's body is to make them process the metal. So, pass it through their body.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, she probably hasn't eaten in so fucking long that it's just been dormant inside her for ages and driven her insane. Like, there's not been a passage to occur. Could also do, if say there are dense deposits of it in her bloodstream that for some reason haven't just like hit her heart and killed her. Then you could also potentially like open up arteries and veins and go looking for deposits of mercury. Possibly just there's a bunch sat in her heart if her body functions like that. Hard to say from the outside. Otherwise, there are magical rituals to cure what is still technically a poisoning, even though it's, long since past the stages of a natural poisoning. There are ways to just magically cure that.
We're looking for the remove affliction ritual here, probably.
Yeah. By this point, she's been poisoned for so long without it killing her that it functions more like a disease does on a character.
Right. Okay.
But otherwise, an incredibly high fiber diet. really good for fixing that mercury in your system.
Have we got any prune juice?
Prunes. Just check you got oil of slipperiness. Chug that instead.
Oh god.
Really lubricate them insides.
I mean, I'd be willing to sack that. That would actually help in any way.
It might. I mean, maybe you could use that as the ingredients for it. You'd have to do some alchemy. While you're pondering this, by the way, she's like peeling open this jar and taking a look at the contents.
What's a potion of vigor do?
Yeah.
Anything helpful?
I don't want to take that off her because if I do, it's going to lead to
Yeah, she's definitely ruining the sample, but honestly, it was probably well beyond
it was probably ruined. It was
sampling.
more, I just don't want her eating that.
Yeah.
Because
it's covered in preservatives. Actually, for some reason, she does not, despite her state, just like go and eat it. Again, that lends more credence to her being an alchemist. If she instinctively knows not to eat the thing that smells like deadly chemicals, she may be crazy, but there is still like that natural preservation to not drink natural preservation.
Okay. So, Miss, do you have a name you can go by, so we know what to call you?
She hisses and growls and considers. You don't know why you just find yourself taking an unconscious step back. But let's do a check for her.
Would the alchemist mark, was there any like wording on it, or is it just a
No,
symbol?
you just
Okay.
recognize symbols and stamps, like the alembic set in a circle of runes, but the details are completely spent on whatever this impromptu monster coat was. Hey. 1d20 plus 7 to remember a thing. She shakes her head and pauses. Even though she's still been in that cat position, by the way, like ass up and chest on the ground, hands both out while she's looking at this. She sort of lifts her body enough to get a hand underneath her chin, and her fingers are scratching this jar to complete pieces now that she's done looking at the contents. She pushes away. Forget long time. Dark von dark. Something von dark.
So that symbol that was on her, does that have a name?
No, you just recognize it as an alembic that would represent some staff of office, but again, for what, whence, where, and when, you don't know.
I was more like, if the symbol like, it was like the symbol for blah blah blah. I could just call her that. Was my
No,
my
it's
thing. Okay.
you just recognize it as an alchemical symbol. It's like an alembic and then the elemental formula for probably Mercury, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yep.
Miss Mercury, perhaps we could come back with something that'll help you.
He says I haven't seen one in so long. That would be a waste to let you leave.
But if we can go, we can bring more samples for you.
Not Olive, surely. Keep one, look at you, inspect. Keep alive, only cut a little.
Kiri will glance at the spirit.
Why are you looking at me? Do not look at me for this.
She's looking at the spirit, like,
That's not a good idea.
It'll just be enough. Listen, we need our full strength to go get fresh samples for you. This dungeon was dangerous enough for us. Please, we'll come back with something that can help you get back to your full glory. I promise.
Better than full glory. Better.
Perfect.
Better than before.
No such perfect, broken, stupid, stagnant,
can I-
waste!
Can I go into my pack and pull out one of my alchemical books?
Sure.
Okay.
She watches you like a caged beast the moment you start reaching into your pack, like on the barest edge of just leaping you right then and there. You get that a dangerous predator is staring me down sensation.
Yeah. So in lieu of samples that we have as on hand, what about new techniques to help perfect your form? Read up on something before you do it, so you don't waste any samples that we bring you.
I'm still watching your hand slowly. She doesn't respond. Probably is listening. Maybe is listening.
I extend one of my alchemical tomes.
Sure. Which one is this?
I didn't actually have anything written down. I just assumed I would have something akin to that.
Yeah, you had access to a library full of alchemical stuff, and it's not the first time you've said your character sits down to read one of her books.
Yeah.
So.
Give her the newest one you have, like something relatively recent that she definitely wouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
Something that she wouldn't have written.
Yeah, give me a d20.
Eventually.
Okay.
Right. It is a fresh treatise on psionic poisons.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, a treatise doesn't contain much chemically, but it's been an interesting read. You know, like when you pick up a history book and you don't expect to actually learn anything because you know the events of that history, but like, this person's recounting is still very interesting.
Yeah. So, would this sate your curiosity just for a little while we go and collect samples for you?
Pauses and considers and breathes hard through sharp teeth. Reaches over and slams the side wall of the ruins. They come tumbling down into a crash of mercury snow. He digs a hand into the mercury and pulls it out. Instead, it appears to have formed in the shape of an hourglass. She stares at you and places the hourglass down and tips it. Slow mercury sands begin to tip. You can give me an intelligence test to try and figure out at that rate how long it will take until you run out of time.
Okay. Let me look for intelligence.
Alright, with
To
a
the
crit.
second.
To the fucking second. No, it just happens to be that one she pulled out is just one you know the size and shape of exactly. You have 26 hours.
Okay. Before we do leave you, miss, do you have any preference on sample type? Flora, fauna,
All
living, dead?
samples, many types, potent, powerful, living, unliving, all different alchemy.
Okay. We can
If it
certainly...
lives, it must cut. If it is dead, it must piece. To learn, understand, take apart, put together, improve.
Kiri's gonna like subtly motion for Tisrena to come.
Yeah, I'm going to place the book onto the ground, and I'm going to like back away, still looking at her. You know.
Yep. She leans forward and with a claw delicately places it over the crest of the book and slides it towards her. She gives the hourglass a little flick and it begins to trickle.
Let's hurry then.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's make haste.
Yeah.
And I
So,
believe that is
is
where
that
we'll
what we're
call
gonna
it for
call it?
today. Yeah.
Ah!
I was really hoping we
Yeah.
could just like speed through town, grab the stuff, come back, and do the boss fight.
I'd at least like to talk to Gwen.
This is alright, fine. You can depart and make for town in a big fucking hurry. You
So if we
realize
close...
those doors as well, they aren't closing again. There's just so much mercury there. They don't slide close. They've been quite blockaded.
Well, good luck on this boss fight next week, guys.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll have Haru back at least. So.
And you see, this way, we now have all our dailies for next time.
I don't. It depends on timing. We may not be able to get a long rest.
Oh, Tis will explain that we have 26 hours according to that hourglass before she's probably likely going to follow us up to the surface.
Yeah, we should make sure we have the samples, and we need to get the rituals. Speaking of which,
Mm.
Kiri's gonna bouncily jog down to the tavern and peek her head in on Gwen.
Sure, it's daytime, so Gwen is she's propped up in the dark under the stairs table. There is a drink there, and so that the drink doesn't even collect dust, it's got a coaster sat on the top of the glass, and she is very clearly, to you at least, asleep. To others, they don't seem to notice. She just seems to be another person there having their drink and taking a long time about it. But you recognize her as day sleeping.
Miss Gwen?
Her eyes scrunched shut, closed further, as though she could sort of will you to go away.
I know you're tired. This is kind of important. I think we found one of your relatives and she needs help.
Her eyes snap open. She, a relative of mine, who... If it's my
Potentially a
mother, the
cousin?
answer is no. She can fuck herself to death.
I don't know. That's the problem. And Kirill vomit forth words to describe this person where she is and
Yeah.
this Leofric person who cursed her.
I will mention that she mentioned a cousin.
I think that was Leofric.
Leofric. Oh, he's, I guess, an uncle, I think? I lose track. Yes, Leofric was cousin to Wayne, my father.
Hmm.
And the description doesn't match anyone,
Do you
Have any
but...
other sisters?
Oh, yes, I have a littlest sister. Everyone else was brothers. I had a very little
Was
sister, Amelie.
she an alchemist, perhaps?
Yes, that's
did you
correct.
like
I
Mercury?
mean, she liked all sorts of things as an alchemist. I can't say it was my specialty. I didn't pay much attention to Amelie. Little quiet thing, honestly, didn't speak up much.
Well,
She
this
gestures like shoulder height to her, at least. She's not supremely tall. She's like 5'11".
might
She's a lot taller
be
than that
her.
now.
Yeah.
More than likely, she calls herself a Von Dog. She's doing alchemist things. I'd say 95% odds.
Yeah. We might have found her.
I see. Found.
She's
Wait, where did you? So you found her in the mines, in
she's
some
in the
secret cave in the mine.
Mercury hell. She's suffering from pretty severe mercury poisoning. Looks like we're gonna try and help her.
I
I
see.
mean, unless you think she's like shouldn't be helped, but I'd assume your sister's okay.
That's a
Aside
very
from the bunch of dead
dangerous.
bodies under her.
That's a very dangerous assumption. None of us are okay. We're Von Darks, darling. We're all terrible people.
Well, yes, but I mean, okay with you. But that is why I came to ask.
Let's see here. I'm gonna make a check. Let's just see how Amelie did with Gwen in her childhood.
I am fairly certain she probably ate those bodies that were down there.
I don't know about 8 more than used to enhance herself.
I suppose we got along reasonably well for all of our limited interactions. I wasn't around the mansion much when she would have been growing up, but, I remember her more as a little spratlet. I suppose I don't mind out of hand.
Would you be willing to help us help her?
In what way, Pet? I'm not an alchemist myself, or a
Well,
spellcaster.
I'm pretty sure one or more of the clerics here in town can get us the ritual we need to, actually help her. But right now she's a giant draconic abomination, and she desires creature parts as well. We're probably gonna have to subdue her if we want to help her, or give her something really interesting to experiment on.
I see. Okay, and what do you want me for? Presumably not as an experiment, otherwise, I'll make you dry and wander off because it'd be shockingly disappointing of you.
No, well, if it turns into a fight, she's scary, but you're scarier?
This is a fair assessment, yes, although I'd have to walk down into that mercurial hell.
Hmm.
We do have spare equipment for you, so you wouldn't have to deal with any of the nasty effects of
Have you
the
seen what that
mercury.
equipment looks like? Well, I suppose with the exception of whatever Sasha there is wearing.
It is kind of hideous, yes. Clean, do you actually have to worry about Mercury being in your condition at all?
Oh, well, let's put it this way. When you go through the habit of biting people, how much poison do you want in your body?
Hmm.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it wouldn't affect. I suppose it would make me heavier, maybe. I don't know. I'm not an alchemist, as I've said. I don't think it would affect me, but it would certainly affect people I bit if I happen to be carrying around mercury poisoning. I hate to be extremely fatal to people that I'm only taking a nibble on.
Yeah, that would probably be bad for my health long term.
Mm-hmm.
Rubber, like slightly scarred neck.
It would be very bad for your health, yes.
Well, in that case, do you know where we could find something impressively spooky to chop up and bring her that isn't, sapient?
Oh, she was about to give you an answer, and you said sapient, and went, It goes back to thinking again.
That's an important qualifier.
Mhm.
It depends on
Yeah,
how.
she was about to like recommend one of those random demons that just sort of cropped up. She was, yeah, right, fine. Let's think
Nope,
here.
none of the new demons there off limits.
No, not Porbs. Should be interesting, I'm sure.
No.
Mhm.
No.
Pogs. That would probably end badly for everyone.
Yes, it probably would. Well, apart from me, I'd get to sit and watch everything turn to shit, I imagine. I suppose I could go and fetch you something while you get this ritual done. Give me a diplomacy. You can all
Sure.
gang up to do it to assist, presumably highest to Diplo-Papo.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I guess I'll
Yes.
assist.
Assisting.
It's an auto assist since I have plus 11.
You can
I
roll a
guess I
1, so go for
Yeah.
it. Okay.
All right.
Alright. You have a +6.
All right. Yeah.
Beat, oh my god, you beat fucking Strahd's willpower at your level.
Boom.
Diplo puppy.
I mean, it took an 18, you got there. Her will defense is 35. Tell you what, I suppose I've been sat around freeloading for a while, even though my family owns the land. I'll go fetch you something.
Thank you
She'll
very much.
Get up. Fuck, it's sunny out.
Well, we have
Uh,
26 hours, so you can wait till evening.
Great.
would-
Alright, go away then. She sits back down again and closes her eyes.
Okay.
So tired. Yeah, congratulations. You beat Count Strahd von Strahovich's will defense.
Kiri will boobly up to the clerics, I guess. Actually, fucking Theren's mighty as hell.
Yep.
So about that fucking your mother to death thing, could be arranged.
Sasha!
She really tiredly opens her eye, and this time it's hard to tell usually when someone's got glowing eyes, but they start to look a little bit bloodshot.
So I step away from Sasha.
I'm just saying it could be arranged, not that I actually would do it.
Slowly closes her eye again. Tries to go back to sleep.
Just see in the corner. She will remember this.
Guinevere will remember this.
I mean, I think that was a good one, though, for
No, it was a good one.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was a good
good.
one. It just happened to be like you picked the moment she closed her eyes and then like let the tension go out again. You're like, by the way.
Oh, no, I did say it. I
Open.
mean, I said it earlier. You just...
Yeah, you did.
Uh.
Like the enunciated point. Yeah, alright. She'll, when night falls, go and hunt you something spectacular.
Nice. Yeah, does Tahru have remove affliction?
Yeah, totally.
Excellent. Either we drag her along or we borrow her spellbook. One of the two.
I can come and help if you really, really want. Wait, no, it's all. And I should not. She gestures at a predilection for fireball.
What?
I mean, I don't think it'll be a fight, actually. Gwen's going off to hunt something spectacular to distract the monster.
She hugs her arms together under her chest, which of course does something great for everyone, apart from presumably her mother.
Yeah.
No, your mum's just proud.
Indeed.
Oh yeah, right. Yes, good.
Boing.
Of course. And she will
And-
ponder.
Besides, if it did turn into a fight and you couldn't defend yourself, Mommy protects you.
Yeah, of course. You know, hopefully I don't throw a spell because yeah, everything I do is fire.
That would be bad down there.
Mm.
Would be less than ideal.
Plus explosions in the cave are scary. Even worse. Well, probably not worse than a pig fire in a mercury place, but you get the idea. Real bad. But if there's no fighting, then sure, I can totally do that.
Excellent.
Presumably there'll be no fighting. Hopefully.
Sure. All right. Should we find out what Gwen hunts? I need to
Fuck
double
yeah.
check her. She's level 30, I think.
She hunts God.
Oh no, she's just level 20.
Okay.
Well,
She
She
still
great.
hunts God.
No, she just hunts Hercules. There you
yeah, she is fucking what is it? Epic?
Epic.
20? Yeah,
go.
Paragon then
No,
Epic,
actually,
right?
no. Yeah,
She's
yeah,
one
it's
level below
21.
epic if she's only 20.
One up. Okay, cool.
The max of.
Right, she is the introduction to becoming an epic adventurer.
Yeah, when you kill Strahd, you
you
become
kill
epic.
Strahd and then you become epic and you get an epic destiny. Yeah, exactly. Killing Strahd gives you the reward of an epic destiny to go into your epic levels with. So
Okay.
yes, that
Yep.
makes sense. She is one off it. Okay. I guess I'm gonna open the. Let's go to the encounter builder and let's see here. Party size 1, level 20 player.
I mean, the answer is going to be it's one level 20 monster.
Well, yeah, I know. I wanted to kick out an elite. Let's see here. Level 20 elite. What's a fun one here? What the fuck is the Steel Predator?
Well, you see, when Herbert the Pervert becomes a cyborg,
I see. In Uncle Handy's diddle basement. Oh, I know what she's going to go for. A big fell troll. Level 20 elite
Ooh.
brute fell troll. Because honestly, she's really good at killing brutes. Because of course she is.
And the regeneration. Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
Yep, that'll keep them entertained. She might be able to
Mhm.
bring it back alive if she does. If she can drop it to 0 and then not deal a damage type that kills it. Just beat it senseless over and over again and drag it back.
All right.
that's
That works.
brutal, but I mean, fair.
All right.
Let me look up a fell troll. Let's see if it would have presented any trouble for her because she's picking something that's like only a step or so below her capabilities. It's an elite to her solo. Fell troll. It's in baseline monster manual. I love how easy this is to do. I'm just like, I'm going to look up the monster. I'll look it up here, and it gives me the reference, the book, the page, done. Monster manual. Page 255. The Fell Troll. 360 hit points. It's like a third of her health. And its attacks are all melee. Yeah, she'll dunk it. No problem. It probably takes her like half an hour of killing it because it has huge, tremendous frenzy powers and stuff. Just to make sure it doesn't roll completely away, so she has to trick it into approaching again and again. Luckily, it's gone into 5. So,
It's too retarded to live.
yeah, exactly. It's too stupid. It will keep trying to fight her every time she drops down to shoot it some more, and it will charge her. And it will get some regen. She can interrupt it occasionally with some fire or some acid, of which she has arrows that will do that. But yeah, as long as she doesn't reduce it to 0 with that, she can bring back a live fell troll for you. Considering, again, I feel that's a fitting reward since you beat her will of 35.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get this down there then.
Before we go there, I'd like to head to the library and collect as many alchemical materials as I can physically carry.
Sure, you've got like
even
6 hours for it to be dark enough for Gwen
Mhm.
to go flying anyway, so.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go collect various tools and everything like that, even if it's just to distract her.
Sounds good. Give me an Arcana. Let's see if we can find some interesting stuff.
Okay. Okay. Da, da, da. Loop.
Fucking hell. Another 35. Alright, yeah, you can find books that will actually distract her.
Mm-hmm. And in doing so, is there anything like neat I can do? Glance through as I'm like checking?
Hmm. Yeah, there's a journal on how to turn someone into a lich that's pretty interesting.
I'll
Really?
take that away.
Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, 35
Odd.
qualifies. There are definitely liches within that CR range. So yeah, when you go looking through these, you can find a journal. It's the very, very basics of it, but it's definitely something that people have looked into.
Oh, this book never was here.
Yeah, you also don't have to tell your friends that you found a book on how to lich.
Yeah, that's one of the things that'll... Actually, wait, no. Kyrie's a
Probably.
Raven Queenling. Never mind. She's fine with that.
No, Raven Queenling does not like liches because they make
Mhm.
stupid undead all the time. They like the
Mm.
skeleton zombie legion. Whereas a vampire makes sentient thralls.
Okay, then yes.
No, yeah, Queen
Kierwyn,
very much
would be
not
very
a lich
upset
fan.
about that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Just
liches
let
are
us
like
live
the
it out.
prime reason that an army of stagnant, stupid undead it would exist.
And into the hat it goes. Never to be
Yep.
seen.
Swoosh, such things to show. Nobody, only yourself at night to read. Yeah, that lich book looks like those the gothic renditions of. You think that it looks like some book explaining torture, but it's just the medical journals of the 1800s.
So, yes, medical torture. Got it.
Yep. Yeah, Tharian likes lots of tail pets. It's not hard for her to honestly get the stuff together. The challenge of the ritual is the skill test.
Yeah,
For the
actually,
skill, is it Arcana, Heal? What is it?
I think it's
Probably heal.
mostly heal. Yeah.
Heal.
Damn.
Yeah. Hence why I
I can
went
help
and
with
got
that.
Thiren, because Cleric.
Yep.
However, is there anything I can grab here in town to help us in the ritual?
Only yours and your daughter's tears. You've got so much holy water, you're fine.
You know what? That's fine. Yeah, we will just produce a shitload of holy water.
Yeah. Tharian does all of her prep, which is to say, fetches her book, double checks it, goes through it once out loud just to make sure that she doesn't fuck in the pronunciations. It's been a hot minute since she's had to do something that wasn't throw fireballs or tell people about how cool the light is. But she gets it. She pretty much figures it out first time, and yeah, she just needs to do a heal check, and a bunch of holy water always helps. I guess also silver, if you've got any of that. Actually, wait, she pauses and goes, never mind, it's a mercury mine. Don't need to. So much around.
Yep.
It does the same job. The floor is made of alchemy ingredients to make magic better.
All right, then I think
Yeah.
we got the stuff.
All right, you have everything you need. And yeah, I guess we'll open the next session with you all heading down with your goodies and toys.
Oh, okay.
Gwen won't be going down, but she'll knock the fell troll so unconscious that you can drag it all the way down before it dies. Just make sure you bring something to finish it off, just in case.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
the
we
alchemical fire
definitely
just
have a
jump
source
down
of
its neck.
fire damage to forever kill it.
She recommends a bottle of Alchemist Flame that you can just pour into its mouth directly.
Actually,
Keep that fire nice and internal.
Alchemist acid might be better because
True.
Hmm.
Yes. Also, that's a
yeah,
good idea.
let's go ahead and grab some of that from Tiss's lab.
Yep.
And then yeah, I think we're gonna be good to go.
Man, I bet all the magical items were behind her in that one arena, wasn't there? Probably.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I mean, yeah,
But
probably.
I like my spooky Mercury ruins that used to be an ancient alchemy lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat as fuck.
So
I might
remember, kids.
I might have to build a like what it looks like fully constructed because the image is still like really printed in my brain. I keep thinking of the Frost City in Dark Souls 3, but one of their underlevels, and then loads of
Aerothel?
just alchemic apparatus. Yes, yeah, and lots of alchemical apparatus. Or that Yarnum alchemy place, but just if it were fucking snowy everywhere.
Actually, is Thalonia good at healing? No.
Delonia? No, her healing power is combat centric.
Yeah. No. Okay. I guess, does Thyren actually have a character sheet? If not, I'll be happy to build her one.
Yeah, go ahead. Build her a level 13 cleric. I believe there is a variety of cleric that is essentially just fireball fan.
Yeah, I mean there is absolutely a light domain cleric that does what you expect.
Cool. All right, and character. And
Sasha's just coomered out. But hey, since we have Gwen to go fight this monster for us, we can actually take a long rest. That's nice.
Yeah. How does one go about cleaning off mercury from the suits and everything?
it's just really heavy metal. Warm water, I think, and maybe oils. Like, here's the thing: so mercury isn't going to cling to you. It's not sticky.
Right.
It isn't sticky anyway. You just have to make sure there are no wrinkles or crevices.
Don't worry,
Luckily, there's
there
none
are
of
no
those
wrinkles.
on this.
Yeah, you're perfectly smooth.
Perfectly smooth inside and out.
Mm-hmm.
As yeah, so it's controlled by Savin. Players' journals. Players. See.
It's
There we
Irene.
go. She good baby.
She is.
There you go. All right, you should be able to edit it.
Yep.
Cool. All right. How about experience?
Experience.
Yeah. We could have done it this session. We could have done it.
I think we might even actually do it.
No, we didn't, because we didn't really explore new location. We didn't get new treasure hoard.
What do you
definitely
mean we
didn't.
didn't explore a new location?
It's the same cave we were. I mean, I guess
The
like,
You just
alchemy
went into
ruins.
the underground. You just went into the underground mercury snow
Yeah.
biome.
Okay, all right. But I mean, like 3 out of 5 of those we definitely didn't do.
Okay, so
Hold on.
exploring new location.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
New magic item or treasure hoard? No.
We got the residium from the dryad.
True, but it's not much.
Okay.
The real treasure
Defeat
hoard is
a
behind the
solo.
boss.
I will count not having the fight with her as defeating her. Sure, that
Nice.
is how that works in 4E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's why diplomacy counts against a stat defense instead of a skill test most often.
Yeah.
Expand or improve torchlight.
We
Yes,
not only
'cause
cleared
we
the section
found-
of the mine, but we found
Yep.
the suits to
Yeah,
help
the suits.
the dudes.
Yep,
Mhm.
yeah, you found enough suits for the miners. Cool. All right, something new and interesting about the Dark family.
Hell
Yeah, we found a new Von Dark for once.
Yeah, and you learned that someone called Leofric, cousin to Patriarch Wayne Von Dark, stuck her down there.
Yeah.
So that's 4 experience.
169.
Oh!
Tucked by a point.
So close.
Next time.
Yeah, that means I don't have to change her stats at all if you do get in a fight. Yeah, I hope you like a Valhazak monster girl.
I
Von
love
Dark.
her.
Spooky.
Mm-hmm. Very much protect.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Gwen can in fact go and fetch a picture of her to show you what she used to look like at least. She's like, this doesn't sound anything like what you guys saw. Let's see here, where the fuck are you in my list of wherever the fuck you are?
Theron's probably tall as fuck, actually. Theory's big, and then Kiri's big, and then her dad was a werebore. Oh, she was cute.
Ooh, very
Oh yeah,
cute.
she was.
Yeah, we need to
Ooh.
restore it back to that, please.
Oh well, hopefully we can get her back to that.
The Von Darks have a definite style that carries through. And I saw that
Yeah.
was like, it's kind of Darkest Dungeony too. I dig it. And it is again by the
Nice.
same artist who did the monster Valhazak.
I tap that.
Useful.
Thyren is also 6'9". Delightful.
Nice.
You weird northerners and just being ridiculously tall.
Look. Fucking Kierwyn was like 7'6". Jesus. We're all man. Let's compare it to Carrie.
Yeah, Carrie is just reigns above you all, literally above you all.
Yeah, I know. I'm only 5'5".
Lol.
Oh, it's so
Hopeless.
small. Scoop up, little demon.
Little
Flap your
babby
wings,
demon.
tiny demon. Flap your wings.
All right. Well, if you're watching on the stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We will see you on Sunday, I suppose, for some Skow&D. Till then, adios and do take care.